5th of July, 2022. And who knows what adventures are waiting now. Oh, now I did it. Now I'm in trouble. Big trouble. What did I do? Oh gosh, I'm in trouble now. It's the 6th of July, and I'm at the fortress of Brest on the western boundary of Belarus. And it symbolizes that in the back here. A lot of these things were made during the Soviet times. You know, it's just a commemorative place. I'll get into the history of that in a few minutes, but tell you a little bit about Brest first. Brest was first recognized in historical documents in the year 1019 in the Chronicles of Novgorod. The Chronicles of Novgorod is a historical record for Russia, but it also contains information that sounds like, you know, mythology, I guess, for lack of a better word. But other than that, this was the site of many battles in a lot of time. The original city of Brest was in this area, but at some point in time they destroyed the city and they moved it 2 kilometers westward of here, and or eastward, depending on your perspective, I guess. But yes, it's been Brest has been occupied by many different countries, and it's been destroyed many times, completely destroyed. First, you can go back at least as far as the Mongols. The Russians have even destroyed the city a couple times. But we'll show you a little bit more of Brest as we get inside here.
О, смотрите, какие у нас.
Yes. Oh, a little bit of Stalin back there. In June 1941 is when the Nazis attacked the Soviet Union, and a lot of people died here. They were they were attacked. Here's some memorials to certain people that have died. One man lived in this. More that died in that bad year. Very few lived. This is one gentleman that actually lived. This is what the Germans saw when they first attacked on 22nd of June 1941. And if you get up close, you can see a lot of the damage from bullets. They left it here just as it is, you know, based on what was happening from the attack, unrestored. This fortress is actually on an island. The river isn't that big, but it makes it impossible to cross. And of course there was always a bridge here, and where you could gain access to this fortress. This was, of course, like I said, where the town was first located. But the river is a tributary, and it's just made to go around like a moat to protect the town first, and then the fortresses. There was, like I say, a fortress in the past, and the Mongols had originally been attacking this, but they had been able to successfully defeated Kiev, but they could not storm this fortress, so they were never really successful. But of course, eventually that kind of a war ended, and right after that is when the Grand Duchy of Lithuania had control of Brest. But as you see, there's still part of this tributary of the river Bug, B-U-G, going around the fortress. Artillery pieces here. Look at that, even had some white wall tires back in those days. So this is the original outlay of the fortress. As you see, there is nothing in English. I don't think any foreigners are ever interested in ever coming here for some reason. Some sort of a history that they never tell you about in the West. But anyway, that's it. Here's something they made here, and of course later years. And this is probably showing that they have catacombs underneath the walls of the Brest fortress. Very dark. I don't know if my camera is focusing on this. Anyway. But even after this fortress fell, I believe there were people living underneath and hiding out from the invading armies. This was the old Middle Ages town of Brest. It's an archaeological site here, right near the fortress. The Middle Ages town. At first glance, this church here doesn't look like much special compared to a lot of these other churches here in Russia and Belarus, but inside it's quite impressive. It's a lot of the old original church is done. I have some footage from inside, you'll see that, but this church was actually built around 1870. back at the tanks, and of course the weather's gotten a little better now, but showing this T-34, that was a mainstay of the Soviet military at that time. And what I didn't also mention is this fortress, when it was attacked on June 22nd of 1941, the attack was led by General Guderian, and I believe it was the 3rd Panzer Group. He was the same general that led the attack against France at the beginning of World War II. And also he was the inventor, so to speak, or the one that envisioned what was known as the Blitzkrieg, lightning war. So, and that's why they had, you know, come very quickly. I think it was 4:15 in the morning on the 22nd of June to attack this fortress here in Brest. And very brutal attack, and so many dead. And as I said, after this was all finished, they had executed 40,000 people in Brest at this beginning of this occupation, and I believe 16,000 or more were Jewish. And it was a brutal time for Belarus. Are you serious? Why can't you walk on the grass? Sacred ground, man. I didn't know that. Okay. Oh, now I did it. Now I'm in trouble. Big trouble. What did I do? Oh gosh, I'm in trouble now. Till now we've been showing you mostly images from the fortress of Brest, but I also have images made when I was in the town of Brest here, and you'll be seeing those from now on in the rest of this video. So I hope you enjoyed all these images from Brest. It is a more significant town than what you've ever heard of before, so maybe someday you'll be able to come here and enjoy some of the history yourself.